Hey everybody, we're back. 18 decks, and we're gonna try to win 10 games. If we win 10 games, we will feed Axel. So we're adding ranked Q is disabled. What? Did they shut down the server? This seems like a scam. Axel gonna get rug pulled again? Question mark. Stay tuned to find out. So, even if you don't want me to win, if I don't win 10 games, then Axel doesn't get cheesy friskies. So the stakes are high. We're trying to make weekend ranked exciting by putting food for the cat on the line. We're still doing 18 decks because I'm very uncreative right now from a content perspective. And I don't care about prizes. So this is what we're doing. Subscriber chronic 20 months, making me feel old. I am very old, I guess. That's the lesson here. We're Amazons and we're going second, so I think it's correct for us to concede. But we'll make our first mistake of the weekend ranked by not conceding yet. I remember the last time I played Amazons, I was waiting the whole game for Armonian Onslaught and just could never draw it. Honestly, this is somewhat interesting. We got this, then we got that potentially behind. If they don't have Savage Strike, we could be doing some things here. It would be nice to draw something on curve, for sure. Because I don't want to pip this out next turn, actually, because the reason is I want to play this and then the following turn hit him with Armonian Onslaught. If they have no AoEs, which it looks like they're playing Control War, so they're very likely to have AoEs, then we can just steamroll them here. You watched the VOD from last weekend? Excellent. So there's two approaches. I'm going to go with this one. I would really like to slap Landcaller down and then Armonian Onslaught. I think getting the Y board and Armonian Onslaught is our win condition. Whether or not we can achieve great things or not is unknown at this stage. Actually, I have two different lines here. I can buff this +4/+3 and go face for 8, which is very tempting. Because this trade for free and it's just awkward. But I'm going to try to set up, I'm going to go nuclear here, I think. And if they do not have an AoE, then we hit them with Armonian Onslaught and we probably win the game. If they have an AoE like a Savage Strike here, they full clear and we lose most likely. So this is a very important turn in this game. Where the one reason why I like doing the Landcaller Captain instead of the Murderer's Daughter there is this is one turn before they can play Soul Survivor. So that's one less AoE that they could have that would absolutely wreck us. But Savage Strike is something they could easily have here that absolutely wrecks us. We're happy to see Odie because we do not get wrecked by that. Armonian Onslaught, we can deal, let's see here, 17 and remove this and be basically threatening lethal the entire rest of the game. I think that's optimal. The other line here is Murderer's Daughter, trade. One of these gets buffed and go face. Both are very good lines. Honestly, I think this we stick more. We have more minions stick by this line. But honestly, Armonian Onslaught there was fine too. I think that this is vulnerable to less things, because we had to kill Odie there, otherwise Soul Survivor is a thing. But this is still threatening lethal as, you know, leaving Odie or killing Odie there would have been threatening lethal. Also think a 5/4 minion's harder to deal with. We have options next turn with Armonian Onslaught and Murderer's Daughter, depending on what they do. Like, for instance, if they play it white for a guard, then Murdo's Daughter is very big. Not lethal, but it's big. Pyramid Warden does not bother us because we have Archmonian Onslaught. They do get the Grand Hall, which could make a difference here. Let's see. This is just a clear Archmonian play here. Yeah. If this had one more attack, we would actually attack here first, then Archmonian Onslaught, because we're getting something back from the Void. But we hit here, they gain 3. We hit here. This comes face. And I honestly haven't run the numbers here, but I think we're very close. The Twin Strike does indeed matter. Oh, this is just lethal. This is just lethal. Getting a win with Amazon's not always the easiest thing. We're trying weekend ranked on hard mode, trying to feed the cat. That's the goal. 10 wins equals cat get fed. Nature getting us off on the right start there, winning its first game. So here's a secret. Some of you who see me do this a lot notice I always open with nature. And the reason why I always open with nature is because if you lose very quickly, you derank. So, hey man, no sealed streams. I'm debating a sealed stream next week for Axel's birthday. Axel's birthday is the 10th. So what day is the 10th? We might have a special Axel birthday stream where Axel gets treats and stuff. Actually, I did 11 sealeds. I did 11 sealeds accidentally because I miscounted. I'm not going to try to compete for the leaderboard because I have a job and other commitments. Just don't have the time to do that. But I got off to a really bad start in my first 6 sealeds. I only got 1 7 win. And then my last 5 sealeds, I got 7 wins in all of them. So, no, we even up the numbers there. What deck did I queue? Okay, I queue control, right? Yeah, I queue control. That's the tricky thing about doing this 18 different deck thing is I forget sometimes the deck that I picked. But yeah, this is control. There's a lot of death matchups which were really bad for us. Anubians is scary. And let's see here. We draw something on curve. That's pretty nice. That being said, I do have some chances against the Nubians. It's not that terrible. Go ahead. Leviathan Scales, not particularly useful for us. Fully expect these two to end up trading. They might do a Pharaoh's Heirloom. No, they just go face. And I'm going to trade first, probably GP second. Honestly, I can't GP here because I have too many cards in hand. And I would rather draw the top card of my deck than whatever I get from this. In fact, I might should have tossed Leviathan Scales. Wow, Pirate Bully. That is something I have not seen. So they are playing a Casino Death variant. And they got Lockhart and their Void, which is very annoying. I mean, we might be okay here. We've got Poison Dart as a line. We're going to overdraw here, which sucks. We lost Dearly Departed. That's really bad because we have double shine on us all here. And losing Dearly Departed is difficult. Killing the Pyramid Warden isn't very useful. We have a very awkward hand, just in general. I'm going to play Drag Down. And the main idea of this is just to get it out of my hand. I think I need Poison Dart for other things. I really regret not throwing away the Leviathan Scales earlier in the game when I had the chance. Losing Dearly Departed was really bad because I could have played Shine on Us All and neutralized some of the threats they could have gotten from that. There's also some ideas of just getting rid of basic Isle here. And, okay, yeah, that's going to be annoying. So unfortunately, we're going to overdraw again. We do have an answer to kill this minion, though. Oh, wait, it just dies. Oh, double Dearly Departed. Both Dearly Departeds obliterated is just tragic. So this line's going to look incredibly just absurd. Okay, and I admit that. So what I'm going to do here is I'm playing Shine on Us All targeting Ico. And the reason why I'm targeting Ico is so I don't delve anything. That's why I targeted Ico and didn't target this. Because if I targeted V-Rock, then I get a Nether. I think we just lose here. I don't really know of a potential way we can win this game. Just everything that could go wrong has. And our deck, I don't think, matches up well against this kind of combo type of archetype anyways. Usually against combo, you want to come out with speed, and this deck lacks that. So I think I die if I don't play Demogorgon here. And I might die if I play Demogorgon here. This is just a really bad situation. There is some argument to be made there for playing Swallow Hull. Or not playing Swallow Hull, but playing an extra basic Isle to get to the Swallow Hull. But with both of our martyrs out, this is looking very difficult. Underbrush. Yeah, I don't really feel great about this line. So the idea behind this, and this looks kind of silly, but I Mana Surge Swallow Hull by playing that there. Okay. That being said, if they just get Lockhart back from the Void, I think it's just an OTK here. But not much I can do. Undersea Spellworm could be a potentially critical card for me. Okay, Half-Life. I mean, if they're just getting back Siren, we're okay with that. Let's see how much they know the rules on Leviathan scales here. I mean, Spellworm is... I don't know. The idea here is if we can kind of clear out their board and then hit them with Swallow Hull on their key turn, if they don't OTK us with Lockhart, we have chances. So they didn't know the rule on Leviathan scales. That attack was a complete... Ooh, wow. Even worse because we get the Underbrush back as a 5/5. Yeah, they really misplayed this portion of the game. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8. We don't overdraw unless they kill V-Rock. We've already lost both of our Dearly Departeds in this game, which is absurd. So what I want to do is I have so many things I want to do here, but I don't have enough time. So here, I'm going to play Underbrush and Shine. I would rather get back nothing. I guess Nether's the best option if I have to get something here. Okay, another Demogorgon. So this is going to kill here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That might have been a mistake because, like, Lockhart OTKs are a thing, aren't they? Yeah. Admittedly, I don't face this matchup very much, so I'm not used to playing around it. Will we live? Living is something. Underbrush here. Obviously, the basic has to get going. I think we have to go for the Undersea Spellworm here. I think I lose to both cards. Right? Wait. If I give up Basic Isle... No, wait. I don't need to give up Basic Isle here, do I? The Overkill deals 4 to me. So I think we just hold and pray. This isn't a particularly great strategy, but... maybe? Siren. So the key here for me next turn is I have to kill this creature. Ooh, I can just gain 20. Okay, change my mind. I was going to play Drag Down to kill this, but then I top deck Winter's Bounty. And that additional health could make a difference. That top deck might save me. Because if I can just run them out of tricks, I might can win this game with kind of a pacifist, low minion strategy. Us going to 26 is somewhat difficult for them, I think. I don't know everything in their deck. I haven't played many games against my opponent's archetype. They were 1 point off of lethal last turn. And in fact, depending on what they had in their hand, they might have had it. And then they didn't finish me off their huge top deck of the Winter's Bounty. They're going to get some more things into their void. So they get an Undersea Spellworm and a Nightleaf Trapper. So the one thing I know I don't want to do here is I don't want to have multiple minions on the board at the end of this turn. So Hortuck for me is a card that you don't play. If I attack here, I'm guaranteeing myself to overdraw. I can Lightning Strike. I think this is okay. This is just the rip off the Band-Aid line. Okay, we lost our second Basic Isle, which is kind of sad. But this demo, and now we continue to gain health. We have one more Spellworm left in our deck. We just have to be cognizant. I think we just don't play Hortuck this game. As a general rule. Because Hortuck gives them just a lot of things that they can do. Like, if I just sit and do nothing, do I just win? Legit question. Like, I'm playing Drag Down for the sole purpose of getting it out of my hand. Wait, yeah. Let's just kill our demo. Ooh, I messed up there. I can waste lightning strike. This is fine. We only have one minion. I think we're okay if we only give them one minion to hit. I mean, if they do crazy things, we've got Swallow Whole. They're waiting for me to go wide, and they want to OTK me with Lockhart. Somewhere in their void, yeah. They want to OTK me with Lockhart. But if I just don't play minions, then that kind of spoils their ideas, right? Okay, I'm going to overdraw, but I'm fine with it. I just don't want to give them additional targets. Now, there was actually a line there of playing Poison Dart and then another minion. Just to clear out space in my hand. But I don't know. Poison Dart's like something... part of me thinks I should be worried about potential big turns from them. Okay, we lose another demo. I'm fine with just waiting. Honestly, I'm just gonna sit here. I'm gonna overdraw the rest of my deck as long as they do nothing. But I can't give them more minions to attack into. I think the only important card that we have left in our deck is Undersea Spellworm, which we will not draw. But that's fine. I think if I just sit here and do nothing, they die from fatigue. It's such a weird way of playing, because once I draw all my cards, I can start emptying my hand and utilizing Create more. This is such a weird game. This is such a weird game. Yeah, he's doing the thing. I mean, we knew it was coming. And I have two options. I can play Poison Dart or Swallow Whole. Wow. But now those are soulless, right? So I play Swallow Whole, he just concedes. Unless there's a nuance I don't understand. I think this just wins the game. There's still a Lockhart in the void? Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. So, I still have to be somewhat careful. So yeah, they're now at the point of the game where they have to spend cards. We'll draw the last card in our deck, which won't be anything useful. Necrosceptor can be problematic, but they cycled the Sanctum, which gave us a little bit of hope here. I mean, just playing a 13-15 Demogorgon does ask questions. And I'll buy the Rune of Sight. This is the sole purpose is to cycle the Sanctum to try to get relic removal. And we spend our mana that way. Falcus Discovery is kind of interesting because they might try to put this to sleep, then I can just unsleep it. I can also play Blood in the Water, targeting Demogorgon, which is just funny. Okay, so they're going to be able to kill this that way. Fleshbind. Can I survive by playing Hortuck? Oh, he's tossing over the line already? Interesting. Yeah, opening up to Gleamweaver could be good too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to play Blood in the Water this turn. Okay, drag down. I don't know if playing a naked martyr there is correct. Just kind of trying not to take fatigue. I mean, I've got to assume he's got more void reanimation. And him using the GP here might be a mistake, actually. On him cycling the Sanctum definitely feels like a mistake. Necronomics? Does he have like an insane play here? I have no idea what that was about. So here... Probably should just GP drag down here, I think. He's getting to the point where he's going to start taking fatigue. And that's how we win the game, is through fatigue. Oh, look at that. That one was satisfying. The way we won that game was very artsy, I thought. That was very cute. All right. 2 wins by Nature. Nature trying to feed the cat. Let's see if Food Chain can keep up the momentum here. That game was particularly funny, though. If I didn't top deck Winter's Bounty on the perfect turn, I would have lost, though. That being said, if I had Winter's Bounty earlier, then it would have been less bad. Because he could have got me down to 1. An action can lead to success. Yes, exactly. That's why you see all the e-girls throwing themselves at me, right? Exactly. After that win, that win was very cool. That was a very cool win. Admittedly. So, it was fun. And that's the cool thing, was when you play 18 different decks and you're facing random stuff, you're getting matchups that you wouldn't normally get to have when you're just playing one deck in particular, because eventually you just kind of run into all the matchups and you kind of know what to do. While here it's... I'd never played Control Nature versus the Lockhart Dragon, so that was completely new to me. Why am I running Celestial Stag in a deck? Did I queue the correct deck? Chat? I'm confused. I think I queued the wrong deck. I have no idea. Blessed is back. I mean, this deck is old. I mean, like, relatively old. I mean, I haven't edited it in a long time. I think the key is... I get to Zaskia and then win. I need Zaskia, though. I was a hard mulligan for that, really. The blitz, they kill it. Okay, food chain. I mean, food chain's not terrible. Because on 4, I can play this, pip this, and that does... I can do this and this on 5, actually. Yeah, it just doesn't change the math as much as you think it does. Normally you want 2 food chains, but 1 food chain might be enough against aggro war if I survive long enough. I can play this, and I refresh 3 total, but that doesn't get me to the blade fly. So I need... Yeah, GP pass is all I can really do. I really need the food chain to pop off. This is just more ammo for next turn. Yeah, I think I need some sort of blitz. Because we're facing aggro war under a lot of frontline. Or if I got, like, really large frontline. What is it? The, stuff like Penguin... The 3/7 with frontline and regen would be pretty good. I mean, there's cards I could get that would be very useful. Playjaw was better there? Maybe. Because it only gives me an extra 4. I could see that. So, we get a meme here. I was thinking by keeping Jawbone back, I could play it on this turn. But maybe having it on the board to contest last turn was more useful. If I had a second food chain, then we could just get him with the Gorilla Gardeners. But I don't think here really needs something great. Okay, the bull's good. What happened? Oh, the afterlife for the Jawbone. Gotcha. Killed 1 minion. So I'm going to kill... Honestly, I think killing the 4/2 is optimal here, even though I lose my minion, because they can just GP away the minion if I attack the 2/2. I think securing the bag on this is better. Went 1-1 there, which was not great. Honestly, we're asking some questions here, though. This isn't bad. This 3/7 with frontline, if they have to give up the 4/4 and 2/1 in GP, we're very happy, because our board is something. Pooh! The food chain meme dream comes through. They didn't have answers to the problem, and it's nature that starts off 3-0. 3 wins. Winning with 3 different nature decks. That's the first time we started off a Flux Wheel Weekend ranked with 3 nature wins. And that's quite the way to start the things. And while we're hot, we're going to go do our worst deck. Now, it's not a bad deck. It's just I suck at piloting this. We're down to Rock Drakes. He'll never kill the turtle. Exactly. Yeah, we need to nerf nature. Nature is clearly a problem. All these nature players, nature decks are just destroying the meta and are very, very overpowered. And by the way, if you're just now tuning into this stream, if we win 10 games, Axel gets cheesy friskies. You heard me right. Axel gets cheesy friskies on 10 wins. The stakes have never been higher. Siren doesn't really work great with Rock Drakes, but I feel like I should keep both Rock Drakes here. The card draw, I mean, yeah, I think card draw actually kind of works here. So we are trying to cook here. Food Chain is close enough to aggro Magic in terms of consistency. I don't know. Food Chain has been nothing but inconsistent for me, but was able to get the win that game. It looks like we're probably facing a Lost in the Depths player. Did they get the skill card immediately? Is the question that we are asking. And if not, we'll let them draw cards until they get to it. They didn't slap down anything immediately, which makes you think that possibly they don't have it. I'm just going to play very passively and pass the turn. I could have played a Rock Drake maybe there if I wanted to, but I mean, I don't want to give up Necronomics here, obviously. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. I think Inflamed Self is the idea here. Sulfuric Rain, they're just so likely to hit Lost in the Depths, but do I care? So, the idea behind this, and this might be a mistake, is I want to set up next turn getting my Rock Drakes online. And I don't want them to just trade off immediately into them. I mean, if they've got Lost in the Depths now, then it is what it is. Okay. So they haven't drawn it. Over the line. I think we get one Rock Drake in our Void here. Yeah, Deepwater Whelp isn't particularly useful since we have no more dragons left in our deck. But if we can find a way to get the second Rock Drake into the Void, that could be big. They're going to get their Lost in the Depths online. Now the race is on. We've got Saris, we've got Necronomics, we've got some pieces here. We've obviously got Rock Drake in the Void, Rock Drake in hand. Both can play roles. Okay, Cyrene, they're going to draw their entire deck anyway, so we might as well go ahead and get this out there. Inflamed Stuff. You could argue just tossing out Cyrene there, but... Alright. I think we just toss Burrowing Scarab here. Just clearing out space in our hand. Pressure them a little bit. There's more lines with like Canopic, Necro, over the line stuff that we could potentially do. The lower life total we get them at. So I think going face is just generally a good idea here. So we're going to see the Coconut enter the battlefield, and they will get 1 9-drop next turn guaranteed. That's interesting. We don't have Bitter Endings. Oh boy. Do we have Lethal? If I go face for 7 here, they go down to 22. I can play a Canopic. Oh, I can't play a Canopic here. Well, I can always Necronomics. Yeah, I've got like unlimited mana here. I think we're always life type here. Okay. Okay, we're always attacking face. I think we Untold Green the Cyrene to kind of lock their board somewhat. And we have some outs. If we get Bitter Endings, it's lethal. I'm just trying to calculate here, is Canopic lethal right now? I don't think it is. Oh, no, I have to Necro. Yeah, I have to Necro first. Okay, yeah. So let's just Untold Greed here. This is the part where it gets very spicy with me trying to pilot this deck. Alright. Yeah, we can Necro V-Rock here. Mimic. I think we just pass here. I don't know if playing Siren tossing Mimic there was a line or not. Because in theory, when these die, we get 2 more cards. They're going to get... They're going to be able to play Coconut this turn. But they do have some board spatial issues. They actually need to get something very useful. Like, they need... I think Echo Fawn's probably the best thing that they could get from their perspective. If we can get Bitter Endings, which, by the way, we haven't drawn a Bitter Endings, then that could be a turning point in this game. They killed their own minion, which is interesting, because if they miss here... Okay, do we have lethal? The Bitter Endings makes it easy. Over the line... Ugh. So I can play Canopic, get a Rock Drake, and sleep. Go face here. If I play Canopic, this is be 2, 6, 10, 11, 6. I can Necro. I'm panicking. I just don't see it. It might have been there, but I just don't see it. If I just put their entire board to sleep... Oh, wait. Volca's Discovery in the Sanctum. Oh, that could be a disaster. Okay, I have to kill... I just saw Volca's Discovery and I'll lose to that. No, wait. I don't lose to... I'm such an idiot. I'm such an idiot. Yeah, this is a disaster. Here. Yeah, let's grab this anyways. We did sleep their side. Yeah, I really misplayed that. Now, the issue for them is I don't think... Okay. I mean, they couldn't kill their stuff because their stuff was asleep. I didn't have lethal. I did absolutely nothing right that game and still win. I don't know. I won by intimidation. I need more practice with that deck, clearly. I was not comfortable at any point of that game. Never had the feel. Never had the feel for what to do there. Still got the win, but didn't know what I was doing. I mean, 2 of the bottom 8 cards were Bitter Endings. So, to win that is kind of impressive. Because if I had 1 Bitter Endings, the lethal there was very easy. But I didn't have any. So, that was tricky. Alright, we're playing Anubians now. I like Frost Queen in this matchup, just generally speaking. I Untold Greed can be okay. I'm getting greedy on this mulligan. You know, I could open on T1 and then T2 this. Potential ideas. We have a Nubian in the void. They've already gone to the rope. That's annoying. So Dead Bodyguard isn't particularly useful here. I don't know if that's correct or not, but just removing the minion feels correct. I'm trying a more snowball approach here. If I got something like a Sulfuric Rain, then the Dead Bodyguard could get a little bit more value. Playing this would have just died to this and the Barbed Hook, which would have been pretty pointless from my point of view. Okay, I like the Burrowing Scarab here. Aggro War is just a difficult matchup in general. Interesting, they're ignoring this. I think we play this. I'm not sure playing that's correct, but I think go ahead and secure that. Okay. Yeah, we just want the cards. We just want the cards at this point. I think we're just going to be too slow here, though. We do get 3 cards. Of course, they're getting all these cards as well, which doesn't help our calls at all. We could Ragnarok and basically have all of these die, pretty much guaranteed, except that one. The problem is if I don't Ragnarok, then this lives. I can actually GP here, which is just so cringe. I don't like this line. I should have Brimstone first, but... Yeah, we're not really making progress here. Just a very good start from the aggro war player going first. Okay, Enraged Ally, we do have Blight Bomb to deal with it. So they do get a minion back from the void here. If this deck ran Siren of the Grave, this would be a good time to draw it. I don't think this version does, though. We do get a minion back when the Pyramid Warden dies, which is very handy. But I think we're just dead. At almost every line, we're just dead here. Okay, we get a Pyramid Warden back. Is there like anything I can draw? This is desperate. I know dealing damage to both gods probably not necessarily favorable. But I'm at the point now where I'm just curious if I even have any outs. I think this Reach of the Black Blight Bomb is an idea. But the odds of this working favorably for me is very slim. And we kill this. Honestly, I navigated that turn pretty nicely. I mean, at this point, we just got to get some face damage in and just hope they don't have it. We have a decent amount of reach with Dangerous Ritual and Ragnarok if we could stick things. But I fully expect this turn to not go well. And they are 1 point off of lethal. They made an order of operations mistake. They should have played this first so they could have had the option of going somewhere with this. The relic cannot flank. And it's a... Okay. Chat. I'm confused. Are they trolling us, or are they just trying to feed the cat at this point? I mean, I'm pretty sure we almost always lose this game. But, I mean... Yeah. Ugor's here to feed the cat. There we go. Will they remember when they come back from being AFK if they have flank or not? Payment hit the account. Yeah, we got Saints who really wants to see Axel get fed. Okay. Yeah, this is looking bleak. This is looking very bleak. Just doing this to draw a card. Doing this to draw cards. I'm going to draw a lot of cards, but I don't think I have any outs. It was so close, chat. It was so close. We were only 13 points off. Yeah, that game we just got spanked. Aggro War, them going first and having a good open is just a very difficult matchup. Not much we could do there. Are they just... Yeah, come on. It's not complicated. And that is one step closer to Axel not getting food. And next up is... This is kind of a bomb deck. This deck doesn't do very good against other aggro, but can be very strong against certain control variants. So that's what we're hoping to queue into. Other aggro can be very difficult for us. All right. Soul Burn. We got Chicken plus Demonic Offering plus Untold Greed. Honestly, I could full keep this. It's not terrible. I like Encumbered Looter as a backup plan. So turn 1 we Chicken, turn 2 we play Demonic Offering. That's kind of an old school play. But whenever you have Chicken and Demonic Offering in hand, you have to keep it. I think you get banned from Gods Unchained if you do not keep it. Encumbered Looter can actually... I probably should have mulliganed this because against Deception, you have to worry about Umbers and stuff. Cobra Scepter, okay. No option, we have to play this. Next turn, we have to play Demonic Offering. They will get either Demonic Offering, Encumbered Looter, or Blackfire Fledgling. And they get information. Okay, we stick with the original plan. We're not going to attack with the Chicken. We'll let them just attack into us. We're 50-50 to hit here, which is just not a particularly useful attack. Have a decent board, though. Probably this maybe. We might find out. If they have Blackfire Fledgling, I can't see them resisting playing it. I can see him resisting playing it with Blade Borrower, actually. I can see that. So take out the 2/2. This takes this out. This is hidden for 1 turn. I think Blackfire and then just face. So I know it looks kind of weird doing that and just not hitting here, but the reason being is we want to push the 3, and when this trades here naturally, this, like, eventually they're going to kill the Blackfire Fledgling, and then it needs something to hit. So, like, for instance, when we play this, even if we attacked here, this is a natural attack, and then they have no minions on the board. So I just felt like pushing the 3 made sense there. Now, the only thing we have to be very concerned about here is if they have Umber Arrow, they could have played the Echo Blade Borrower, Umber Arrowed the Blackfire Fledgling, and got this into their void. We want this to get into our void. So they have another Patient Pickpocket. So here, just go ahead and nuke that from their hand and just go face. Don't need to complicate things here very much. Very simple line. They've got tricks with this. We can potentially do things with this once it gets into our void. Oh wait, it's still my turn. Okay, I need to end turn. There's some arguments for killing this to set up the Canopic dying and killing this. I mean, not the Canopic, the Fledgling. But we're also threatening this attack. We really want to kill this 2/1 with Afterlife, draw a card, because it's just basically begging to get Umber Arrowed. Now, I would generally prefer to have 2 damage cards in my void before I play Canopics, because we want to push damage here. They're going with Thievery, which can be a little bit slow. They could also hit something pretty big here. Blight Bombs. Return to Cave, I think, is actually one of the better cards they could have. Even though they wouldn't play it now, it's just something that messes up my math, and I'm going to be trying to push damage to lethal. Being able to generate healing from Thievery, you've got stuff like Fleshbind as well. That's an interesting strategy. Okay, so that dies. I think we have to Canopic to kill this. Even though I don't love it, we get 1 Fledgling off, and I think we just get a Chicken Egg. Yeah, we still hit here. And now I have the option of drawing here as well. Would I rather get another card or a 2/2? I think the card is the better choice. I just really want to kill this Whisper Baron. Otherwise, I think it just kind of pops off. And let's get the Bomb Fly in play here. We want to press this game. And we're already getting into some stages here where we can do a lot, which is somewhat annoying. They do have the second Blade Borrower that they have yet to play this game. I do fully expect to see that at some point very soon. Thievery, they're digging probably for healing. Again, stuff like Return to Cave can be just absolutely a game changer for our opponent. Whatever they play for the Blade Borrower, I think we probably just Untold Greed. There's lines with Enraged Ally, which could be pretty interesting as well. They're going to go ahead and reduce this, so we can Untold Greed this. And that will be the first thing we do on that turn. We will take extra damage because of the silly Cobra Scepter thing. But that's life. I think that this is better because we're pushing a little bit more. Actually, playing this Deepwater Whelp was a mistake. Yeah, because this was the only dragon in my void. Yeah, so having a second dragon in my void is a mistake there. That being said, it's just so tempting to umber this as well. Okay, Pharaoh's Heirloom, they generated that from Thievery. We're fine seeing that. Double Omen Seed can be somewhat interesting as well. Okay, no surprise there. They're going to take out the 1-2 here. Okay, Cutthroat. So we actually have a very bad hand. They're probably going to rip my Half-Life. And we're okay with that. Yeah. It could have been up to 3 points of burst, but I wasn't super eager to kill the Blackflower Fledgling that way. Get another Whelp. So here, let's just flood the board with these and hope for the best. They're sticking with Thievery. Again, I think they're digging for Return to Cave, if I had to guess. If they could get enough healing, they could actually win the game with Cobra Scepter, which is interesting. These 2-4-1s can be somewhat problematic. A second Pharaoh's Heirloom, do they even have time for this? They can get rid of one of these. But I think they're just dead. They're not dead. Okay, they're not dead. I mean, I would have a 50-50 if I went for this. There's just so many lethal outs if I go for this. I win if I hit the right Afterlife in the void. Canopic is good. Oh, there you go. We hit that too. I mean, we had a lot of ways to win there. And even then, the Afterlife of drawing a dragon gave me outs because if I hit the 3-2, I could have played it and Blight Bombed it, which would have been lethal. So I definitely think that line was correct. So we're 5-1. We have cleared 3 wins with Nature, 2 wins with Death. Next up on the wheel is Magic. We're going to none other than Stormfield Magic. This deck has actually been one of our hotter decks in the 18-deck strategy. I think, realistically, if you want me to be honest, this deck should be the worst of the 18 decks that we have. Quite frankly, this combo shouldn't work with enough consistency, given that the 4C is down to 1 instead of 2. However, cue into the right matchup, this deck certainly has chances. We do not want to see Aggro War. Aggro War is absolutely the worst matchup. We'll see how this goes. Need everything to pop up perfectly to beat an Aggro War list. Don't really love this. Maybe Cram makes sense here. Not a great draw here. If they play a minion on one that I can fry, I think I fry this because of the cumulative effect, pretty much, of leaving the minion alive. It would deal a lot of damage throughout the game. We can give up 1 Ancient Text, which is okay. Okay, Odie, we have no answers for that in this deck. Flat out, we've got no answers. Yeah, so we're going to go with... Yeah, we're going to go with Librarian's Prayer first. Try to set things up here. Stormfield is a must to keep. I can't send both Ether Foxes to the bottom. I'm pretty sure of that. So we'll keep 1 Ether Fox. We keep the Stormfield. Okay. Next turn we cram. I think this is somewhat slow. But, I mean, another thing that's to my advantage is sometimes people don't know how to play against my deck. So sometimes minions just stick around when they shouldn't. Okay, that doesn't really help me. That's not particularly amazing for me at all. And yeah, this is the hard counter. You're playing a suspicious deck and potentially getting hard countered is the double whammy. I honestly know of zero ways I can potentially win this game. I don't even know what I'm hoping to draw here. I think maybe like a Form of Unity is best. Because I can play this and reduce the Stormfield. But I think I have 0 outs. Even if they go face and don't kill me, they could go face and kill me this turn. I don't think I have any outs here. Because I just don't go wide enough. Yeah, that's just lethal, right? Oh well. It's just difficult. That was a hard counter. Honestly, if we didn't queue into aggro war, we were setting up, we probably had lethal in 2 turns. Most likely. Most of my draws would have given me lethal in 2 there. But against aggro war, it's just difficult. It's literally the worst matchup we can have. All right, where is? Oh, okay, here's Arandian. I apologize to those who are used to watching Shushu stream and seeing the mythic, but we do not have the mythic version of Arandian. We're slumming it here on this stream. Slumming it indeed. So, for those of you who just now tuned in, the theme for this stream is 10 wins means Axel gets cheesy friskies. And Axel came out, he rallied his nature buddies together. We started off 3 wins right off the bat with nature, which is usually our worst win rate god doing the 18 deck strategy. They get 3 wins. Then Death was able to take out was able to win 2 of 3. And Magic has just lost 1 game. Again, as soon as we hit 10 wins, I will get a plate in here. I will get cheesy friskies. And then you will see Axel for the first time this stream because he's going to follow me. He is going to follow me. Magic v Magic. We're playing Arandian. Like to see the Crystal Tech in the opener. That's definitely great. Ooh, double Crystal Tech. This is a greedy keep, but I think we do it. Keeping a Tracking Bolt for aggro decks makes some sense, since we don't know what our opponent's playing yet. You could have argued tossing the Tracking there, but double Crystal Tech, we're going to get deep into... We're going to try to win the ramp. See, if they're Arandian, while we're going second, having double ramp can make it so that we get there. Can make it... So even going second here, we're not that bad off. We play Crystal Tech next turn. Then we play Crystal Tech the turn after. Okay, they're Atlanteans. Honestly, this isn't terrible, though. Because we're getting Crystal Tech. We might play Blade of the White playing here. We've got Unbound in hand, which can be a very important card. And we've got Ramp to the point that we'll probably get it off before they can play Fran. So that takes away the lines of our thinking of potentially going for Blade of the White playing. So here, obviously, we have to go ahead, just ramp as much as we can. But the nice thing that we've done here is we set up Unbound Flames. We can play Unbound Flames next turn. And they're going to continue to chip away at our board, coming out here with lots and lots of speed. Are they going to leave my 1/1 out there alive on the board, which would set up my AoE from getting rid of this minion? Actually, we still just kill this with Unbound. We just don't go face. They did not get the bonus off of Enduring Archive. We do draw a Randian. So our last pip we save for the Mana Surge of Randian. I feel like getting that AoE is very key. We've got potential ways to fight for the board here with Blade of the White Plane and Tracking Bolt. They're going to take a turn off to play Foresight Thesis. So they're going to try to set up the OTK with their little list here. I'm going to go ahead and splash out a Demogorgon. Keep life simple here. You could have argued Blade plus Crystal Tech was the play there, but I like getting Demo on the board. Here, they're going to get a lot of value off of this. That being said, we can attack in, Tracking Bolt, Crystal Tech, set up, and then in a couple of turns, get a Randian, and then hopefully have enough stuff to OTK them. That's what we're thinking. Interesting Undertow Striker here. Tough decision. I think we're okay. This could be incorrect. But we want to remove this minion for certain. And I'm going to go ahead and get the Crystal Tech so we can try to Mana Surge Randian next turn. Get Ico out there as well. That being said, depending on what happens here, we might not be able to. Okay, Outland Raptor, they can GP here. Okay, that's another card that we could play here. We're going to hit here because we're going to do this and this. Okay, we need to spend mana, so we're actually going to do this line instead. This is to set up for next turn. Kill their minion. And we've got a Randian, Mana Surged. Not necessarily lethal here, but have the potential of drawing cards with Blade of the White Plane, which can be very useful. And they're going to have Fran. And here we go. So we don't draw cards with Blade of the White Plane. We do have to deal with this. Now we can actually kill it. Okay, Pyrrhic, that should give us lethal here. Yeah, Pyrrhic gives us lethal. That was a great top deck. All right. Worm Breath. Ancient Text. Pyrrhic for Worm Breath here. And we get there. They got their combo off. We got our combo off. But ours was a true OTK. And theirs was fancy. Actually, I think we would lose that game if we didn't get the healing from the Demogorgon that we got. Demo's healing was critical. Because I think it healed enough in that game to offset. Because they would have had lethal with Fran if we did not have Demo. So the demo coming out was huge. So next up, we are playing Coconut with a Coconut board. You gotta admit, that combination is fitting of some sort. And this person had a cat sit on their keyboard when they designed the name. We see the Undertow Striker. We're good. I think this one might be the best one to have. You know, we draw Lost in the Depths anyways. So the funny thing is I can keep the second Lost in the Dust back if I want, with the idea of it being a card for Avatar of Magic. It's an idea. Not saying it's correct, but it's an idea. So we have the combo. We made them play defensively on one. We went first. They're aggro war. They want to go first with the aggro war. They want to button mash. But we are trying to deny them of said button mash. And we can play some defense on this turn. So I actually want to draw here. And the reason is, so next turn I can play Warp Engineer, and Coconut. So yeah, I want to draw there. And we're getting them to play defense against our minions, which is perfect. Goblet's Imp. It's something. But I don't think we care too much about it here. Our strategy, very, very simple. Big brain, big ideas here. Reduce the coconut, play the coconut. And then we ask the question of the potential 9-drops that we can get. Can they deal with what we end up getting? I would say this is a pretty good situation. They didn't get off to as quick of a start as they wanted to with Aggro War, and we got our combo pretty quickly here. They've got White for Guard. So that can be very effective depending on what we get. So here we're going to go. We're going to go ahead and get our first coconut action of the game. Poly is difficult for these decks to deal with. Now, they can get around it with flank sometimes, but I'm very happy getting Poly there. Our opponent is very sad of us getting Poly, finds the concession there. They do not know what the flank mechanic is. It's not a requirement for all those who play Aggro War. They might not have read the ideas, but we're able to get 2 out of 3 with magic, 2 out of 3 with death, 3 out of 3 with nature. And yeah, we are halfway through. I'm going to go get a drink, and this is looking good. It's looking very good for Axel. We're coming up with war right after this. And I will go ahead with, yeah, we'll just play aggro. Yeah, get back from the restroom, then aggro. Also got a refill. Yay. All right. So here we are. We are feeling decent, halfway through 7 wins. 10 wins, we feed the cat. Right now, it would be a very bad beat for Axel to not get some food. Some cheesy Friskies, his favorite thing. At the moment, he's taking a cat nap. He has no idea that this is going on. But as soon as I go into the other room, get a plate, and get cheesy Friskies, you will see a very eager cat. But first things first, we must reach the 10-win barrier to feed the cat. Otherwise, the cat's not getting fed today. Axel's birthday is April the 10th. I know a lot of you are marking your calendars in excitement. I don't know his age, which is pretty bad, but we might do a special sealed feed the cat. I mean, cat stream. Then who knows? Slaymaster Falco. It's like a spicy. I want Cunning Challenger or Feral Shapeshifter. I don't know which one. Honestly, both are kind of questionable. Going first, play C card, play card. Unfortunately, Underbrush board were wrecked. Saw that Pip, was not very excited, but they did not have the Underbrush boar. I hate doing this, but it's just mana efficient. Could have argued pipping out Trial Spirit might have made some sense as well. But Trial Spirit being pipped out there just gets kind of wrecked by this. Now, they could have Dagon. Ooh, okay. I don't know if this line is correct, but I'm going to do it anyways. Going to get out the Trial Spirit now. Kind of very patient on this here. Double Blade of Sticks is kind of somewhat awkward from a hand perspective, but I should be getting some additional assistance from the Sanctum, which could be very useful moving forward. The 2/2 Trial Spirit protects the Valkyrie from Lightning Strike. So I want to play Slaymaster next turn. I don't know if this is correct or not. I hate this attack in general, but being able to play Slaymaster with Blitz and Overkill is big. I thought it was big, and then they just killed everything. Yeah. Hopefully we get something... Okay, we can play this. I don't know if I should be going face there or not. We're not buying from the Sanctum because we want to play Slaymaster Falco. Alright, we're going to be able to slap it down here and get some value. Now we can buy from the Sanctum if we would wish. And... I don't know if taking the heal's correct, but just kind of a more of a prophylactic buy. We're getting them pretty low here. I think denying them heals pretty good. Shredder, that's interesting. So they're going to have something get very buff. Or some things, I should say. Ooh. 5, 8, 11. We're very close to lethal here. But let's just go... We'll keep the Woodcutter Imp as a surprise. These will go face. Nothing in the Sanctum hurts me, so I'm just going to leave it as is. There is some ideas of buying Rune of Sight there, though. We're threatening lethal. Oh, and that's killer. That might win our opponent the game. So here, I'm just going to go all in. We have to win. quickly. If they get to 7, I think we're doomed. So let's just threaten lethal. Very simple ideology there. Swashbuckler in the Sanctum can actually matter. Play around Blood in the Water. Oh, you're right. That was really bad placement there. This should have been here. All right. So there's multiple outs if I go for the Rune of Sight. I can force C2 and potentially get lethal. If I attack with both of these 11, I'm 1 point off of lethal here. I'm going to go ahead and go for the Rune of Sight and try to delve and try to foresee a lethal. Okay, incoming raid. Yeah, that does it. So that will get it done. Clicking buttons very nicely. Aggro War gets it done. High skill, big brain. IQ point go up. I think, right? I don't know. Maybe it does. So we done aggro. Next up is the wallet slap variant. Two wins away from bringing Axel to the stream and giving him food. In a 18 deck Flex Wheel run with a very respectable start. 8-2. If you were in normal circumstances, you'd be thinking about potentially top 10, but we're playing 18 different decks, so it's more difficult. And okay, definitely don't want Avatar of War in the opener. Soul Survivor is somewhat questionable. I like the Imp. This kind of reactionary against aggro war. Fight for the board and just not get steamrolled in the beginning, and then my late game should win, in theory. Keeping Retaliation might have been a mistake, but it is answers to any big things that can deal they can send to us. So that's the idea behind that. Like Woodcutter Imp T1 T2 Odie is a line. It's very reactionary, but if they can't kill Odie and we draw into like something like a Demogorgon, it can be completely game changing. Getting a Demogorgon out on 6 mana instead of 7 can decide a game, assuming they're aggro war. We don't know if they're aggro or control yet. They haven't made a move. I'll conserve my Pip because we're just going to play reactionary here. I'm not wanting to play this and then not attack. It looks like they are Relic War, which honestly is a very scary matchup. Very scary indeed. We want to get to the Svart Basilisk in the Sanctum. I'm not convinced that we will be successful. But yeah, just an overall very difficult matchup. Probably the worst of the war variants I could be facing. I think aggro war with this draw we would have been okay. And control war is just flipping, but this is a tough matchup. Relic War is the deck that we're playing next, but typically Relic War wants to face control decks. I'm playing a control deck, and does not want to face aggro decks. Unfortunately, we switched from aggro war to control war as part of the 18 deck situation and queued ourselves into a very tough spot. It would be nice if we could draw an Ico here and just eat this. That would be great. I think this deck does run Ico. Can I reach the Svart Basilisk? Is one question to be asking. They play this and then rope. If you're stream sniping, your turn is done. You've got nothing more you can do. Okay, they're going with Arc Rush, whatever. They do accumulate favor and prevent me from getting favor. I think that they know that Smart basketball is very important. In Salvatore, this can be a game changer. If I can get like both of their unrestraineds out of Salvatore, that would be huge. Granted, there's a lot of things that you can miss with Salvatore in this matchup, but since they're going to go kind of streaky and OTK-ish, this could be a game-winning card. Unfortunately, Blade of the White Plane is pretty useless. Just not many targets. Okay, mobilized. They're already getting together on that. And even if I can get to the Salvatore reduction here, honestly, white for the right time is a very key card. This is somewhat questionable by me playing this, but I want to clear up space in my hand for Therial, and I didn't want to slap down white fur on that turn, since I'm not worried about any OTKs on this turn. The Savage Strike is big because that prevents me from gaining more from getting more stat reduction. I mean, Ethereal can be pretty big too. Like if I get Ethereal and hit out their hand, there's some things that can be done here. White for next turn, followed by Ethereal the turn after, is an idea. Problem is I don't think I'm getting to Salvatore quick enough. Ooh, Ico. Oh, that is beautiful. Did not even need to think there. No brain cells used on that one. C card, play card. The simplest form of Gods Unchained. Slap down that Ico. Take care of that Dragon Fang. Okay, the Devouring Blade. We're fine here. They're killing minions. Like, that's fine. We still slap Therial out next turn, and we're starting to ask some questions. I can go after their hand. I can get Godblitz. I can do both. Let's slap Ethereal and see what we get. So increasing the mana cost of spells in an opponent's hand is very annoying for them. Just in general. Okay. I mean, we could, like, win the game depending on what they're holding right now. With this is just these. This is completely ridiculous. I can just make things just cost 4 more. And then there's, like, never... You can never play unrestrained. Interesting getting frenzied there is kind of weird. Oh, retaliation makes sense. Yeah, I mean, they can't do anything with these. It just completely messes them up. Right now, we're hoping they're holding 2 unrestrained powers. Okay, that's fine. They kill both of these. That's fine as well. They do get the Basilisk and the Sanctum, which is big for them. I play White Fur. You could argue this is somewhat incorrect, but... I mean, they still have to use resources to get rid of this. The only issue with Salvatore is I'm going to be getting him to discard probably spells that I messed up with this. Okay, they're drawing more. They're going to draw even more. mean, if this dies, I don't even really have to play around Soul Survivor, do I? Okay. Whetstone. I definitely think I need to be wary of what they just did. Solo Savage Strike kills this. It prevents me from getting wrecked by Soul Survivor lines, which I might not actually be worried about, but I am for some reason. Get a little bit more security out there. Claw and Fang here might be incorrect. The idea is to Mana Surge Salvatore. You could have argued that maybe Theric was more important that turn. I just don't think he gets through this wall. But I could be incorrect. Retaliation. That's big. Claw and Fang, that's big as well. So they need a weapon. I think I go for Salvatore here. What did I get? I got Sharpen and Savage Strike. Sharpen could be useful to get rid of, depending on their strategy of lethal. I think I hold Theric Moderator back for their next mobilized. If there's any way I can get to the Atlant Phalanx in the Sanctum, that could be big too. I think I have no more front lines left in my deck, if I remember correctly. Okay, Whetstone. They're trying to set up the big understrain lines here. Is there anything I can get off of this which would make my situation easier? Let's try it. Wait. I can't get to the Atlant... Oh, wait. I can get to the Atlant Phalanx. Ooh. Frontline's the most important thing I can have right now. So that could be problematic for them. We're threatening lethal. Mana increase was probably better. Can he get around the front line though? I mean, he even if I increase by 2, he could still play unrestrained and go face for a lot. All right. Atlant Phalanx gets the win. Nobody doubt the Atlant Phalanx. I just didn't see how they would play. I just didn't see how they get by the Atlant Phalanx and unrestrained. I don't know. It worked. Now we get to play Relic War. So we get to play the deck that we just played. We are now officially 1 win away from feeding the cat. Axel, to not get fed now, we would need to lose 7 in a row, which would be a very bad beat. It's to the point now that Ugor might feed Axel if we lose 7 in a row. Like, it's there. Okay. Savage Strikes can help us a little bit earlier. Ico probably less effective in this matchup. We're hoping this isn't a certain combo list. Okay. I do indeed need a weapon. So we get a magic missile launchers. Who in chat remembers that card? Undertow Rover is definitely a card we need to kill. I'll go with Savage Strike. You could argue against this. But we know we're up against Atlanteans. We need to play board control. But our hand isn't very bad for board control. Okay, Boost Walker. Well, Devouring Blade's a pretty nice top deck, I'd have to say. Go ahead, remove both of those minions. Have the options next turn of Wolf Cult, Blade of the White Plane, Magic Missile Launchers. We're mobilized. This might be wrong. I'm going for it. Carnage Sweep. Ooh, double Carnage is interesting. Getting the cost reduction here on Wolf Cult sets us up for more options as well. So greedy. I mean, what was my other line there? Magic Missile Launchers pass? That didn't feel good. Wolf Cult, Blade of Sticks. Yeah, that would have been decent. Okay. Oh. And after all that, we're still doing Wolf Cult. I don't know if burning my Pip here is good. I mean, I have to kill that minion, obviously. And I just want to set up the Carnage for next turn. So I have to kill pretty much their entire board. Blade of the White Plane's a line. Yeah, Carnage, Claw, and Fang is good here too as well, I think. Just have to keep their board clean. Because they're going to have Fran Lethals otherwise. And we got a Carnage for next turn, and we can set up the Hortuck maybe. Or maybe we just get screwed here. I can Carnage and attack, but Blade here. Carnage, no. I'm one mana short of doing everything I want to do. I have a bad feeling that I'm going to lose to double of the 2 damage to the face one. I have a bad feeling about this, chat. I think they got 2 Atlant Raptors here. It's just lethal. They've drawn so many cards. But I can kill my magic missile launchers next turn and then play Hortuck and potentially get the heal generation going. If they can't kill me this turn, I've got chances. Okay, they get an Atlantean. That is annoying. Also annoying. So magic missile launcher sits here. We hope that these two get chipped, but if only one gets chipped, this can take out. So we can get Hortuck on board here. That's the key takeaway. Just getting Hortuck out there is so important. I have to kill everything because if one thing lives, then I don't. That's the... Because the 15-15 is too much. They could play 3-1 cost and kill me. But... we might be okay here. Having Unrestrained and Whetstone available, if I can just wipe their board clean, get a relic equipped, we got chances. That's sometimes all you can ask for. Okay. I was worried about them having 2 of those last turn. Demogorgon. Well, I have to kill all of their minions. I have to kill them all. I want to play demos so bad, but I have to kill all of their minions. I want to do this and this and this and this so much, but I can't. Okay, chat, I don't know if this is correct. In fact, it probably isn't. The idea is I have the leech, and that I maybe can get above 15. And then if I get above 15, then I can just set up the play to 6 OTKs. Yeah, they get rid of Hortuck this way. Maybe I should have... There's a lot of ways I could have done that last turn that didn't involve what I did. Okay, a second demo. Those are fun. I think when in doubt, just play 2 Demogorgons and then let them figure it out. They got a Lambasting Wand to help them with some of their burst. We're just trying to keep their board completely clean. Time Bomb. Give it Ward, makes sense. Alright. I have to kill both minions, clearly. I don't know if this line's correct. He only has 2 cards. Yeah, maybe this is a bit ambitious. Or a bit unambitious, I should say. The nightleaf. I should have done. I need a whatever. We got them to concede. One thing I've noticed about playing on Sunday is that you all concede a lot earlier than on Friday. We've gotten a lot more concessions, and that's 10 wins. So now it's time to feed the cat. Hold on here. I'm going to get the camera situated. We're going to go full here. We're taking a break now. We're going to go get a cat, and we're going to feed it. We're going to get a cat. We're going to feed it. People want to see you, Axel. You haven't visited the people all stream. Here we are. We got a plate. We got here. Look at that. We've got a cat here. These are his favorite things in the world. It's Friskies with cheese. That's right. Friskies with cheese here. We've got a professional food-eating cat. And if you're here for the cat ASMR, you're about to get it. He got his 10 wins, and he gets his treat. A big feeding for a big kitty. Congratulate Axel on achieving a successful streak. Good job, Axel. You got a little bit extra. Not gonna lie. And he's going to give out the cat ASMR here. Exactly. This is a cat ASMR stream. And he is very excited to be here. This is a cat break. This is the only G stream we do cat breaks on. But if anyone wants to say anything to Axel, he's going to be a year older later in this week, but I don't know how old. I think he's going to be like 10 or 11. Does Ugor know how old Axel is? Fun fact for those of you who do not know, the way we got Axel is this is a true IRL conversation between my sister and Ugor. My sister's like, I want a cat. Ugor said no. And then she got a cat. And now she's in New Zealand right now, hiking around the world. Has abandoned this cat for over 6 months. And the cat is having to suffer hanging out with me and Ugor and other people. Sister is 31 and got a cat in college. Exactly. This cat. Axel, are you full? I might have given him a little bit of extra juice. But anyways, we'll have Axel. The camera will be on Axel until he leaves. But let's go ahead and resume our weekend ranked. We've got 10 wins and only 2 losses here. Top 10 is still possible. Maybe not likely, but possible. We've got to get through Deception and Light. And we're going to go out here, try to continue the momentum with some Hidden Rush Deception. Good kitty. That is indeed a good kitty here. Really need a win to keep the top 10 dreams alive. Hidden Rush be one of our stronger decks in our arsenal on paper. And we're going first. I almost picked Thievery because I'm so used to playing Sealed and just slapping Thievery, but I forget this is different. And I don't like Lady Marcella as much here. Okay, Shadow Cat. Hey, look at we've got a cat. We've got a knife, but not the correct knife, but we have a knife. All right, Umbers can be very strong against some of these death lists. What we're really afraid of is Necroceptors. That's what we're afraid of. But yeah, we're coming out here. And... Yep, Godhanji, if you just now tuned in, the theme of the stream was if we got 10 wins, we'd feed Axel. They have the Necroceptor, which is very bothersome. Very bothersome indeed. So the idea of Umber is just to deny the draw from their end. I don't think I have any dragons in my deck. But we deny the draw from their end. Necroceptor is going to be a very problematic card for us to deal with. This was the scary thing that they could have before this match started. Okay, Soulburn will create a 2/2 minion. And another one of those. Honestly, I think we keep Orfeo alive for now. And clear this way. I'm going to buy the Gleamweaver just because some death lists, this is very high value. And we don't know exactly what they're playing now. But this could be the key card. I mean, right now, I obviously want Relic removal first and foremost, but I don't think that's happening. The cat is still feasting. He got a very large amount of food this time. And, yep, they're going to go ahead and maybe AoE, Sulfuric. You gotta be careful with stuff like Sulfuric, though, because the cards we draw can be pretty devastating to them. 5 mana Glen, interesting. So obviously Orfeo takes out Glen without even thinking. Don't need to waste brain cells on that play. And we can continue to press forward here. And that's all they needed to see. Axel feasting through opponents. That's win number 11. 11-2. Keeping a top 10 dream potentially alive. Is Frere doing the 18 deck challenge that you talk about potentially top 10, but we're getting close enough. You can see the finish line. You can see that it's a possibility. Next up, can Control Deception get it done? Live looking at the cat. As you can see, he's changed positions. This is great. Friskies with cheese eating form. We're seeing here live on stream. He is in a different angle, making sure that he can capitalize fully on this moment. But he's having a great stream. We are playing Sleep. So there's 2 lines here. We can pick Thievery, generating clawing fangs and stuff, flip. I think we go Thievery here. You could argue either way. Love the Candy Chain here. The Umber's good. Cutthroat, I think we're full keep here. Aggro War, I might not should have kept Candy Chain. But I mean, it's just so tempting looking at this hand to keep it. So they're going to go ahead, slap out a minion. And another of the same minion. I think we just go ahead and get the Candy Chain out. Or do we Cutthroat? Sleep Dart. Sleep Dart keeps Pip. Keeping the Pip could be important for stuff like Rapture Dance. So go ahead, Sleep Dart here. Try to set up an Umber Arrow potentially for next turn. Or maybe a Candy Chain. Okay. So, Cutthroat might be correct here. Yeah, Cutthroat, they've only got 2 cards in hand. I think Candy Chain is just too slow. I think Odie's actually more problematic in this exact situation. Because I've got Fighting Fair and Rapture. think OD is the more problematic one there. I mean, I get they can flip out a 4/4 here, but Umber and then potentially Rapture the following turn can be decent. Okay, so we can Umber here, here, into here. We're taking a lot of damage, but Sarah's can be very key, too. We're getting some very interesting cards. Go ahead, slow them down a tad here. That being said, they can OTK us from way out a lot of times, too. But Sarah's can change the math in certain situations. Cutthroat. They've only got one card left in their hand. I say we take it. Okay, it's just an Axe Woman. But it's just going to be... We're going to have a hard time finding time to play that, just generally speaking. Go ahead and get this into play. Potentially setting up a Rapture for next turn, which could set up Fighting Fairs for turns after that. And here, will they go to the Sanctum for additional speed is the question. They can buy the Hoplite, which will help them go wider. They can play whatever they just drew, which we're curious of. If they do nothing, is somewhat awkward for us. I think we have to fight and fair to kill the Feral Shapeshifter. Honestly, I don't see doing nothing as a thing. They're going to go Hoplite and go wide here. And Rapture here, and that could be the game-deciding move here. Rapture, high value, saving the pip to generate maximum value. And that generates the concession there. We go full to the cat. We see the cat still just systematically destroying those kibbles. We're 12 wins in. I mean, hey, maybe we need more weekend ranks where we talk about feeding the cat if we do well. Because he's come to play today. He has come to play today 12-2, and we are right in the mix of it for a top 10 potential run. Go ahead here. Next up is a Mayday, and then we close with Light, which Light, the last weekend ranked we did with Light, we went 0-3. So Axel, I mean, he got a very large feeding. This was an above average size feeding for the cat, and he is making progress. This is like Christmas a day early for the cat. And can we generate a win with a Mayday? The interesting thing is, if we can get to 15, playing on Sunday, that usually does it for the tie breaks. So, I mean, it is potentially a thing here. We are back at it. We are playing a Mayday. So we go flip. Wait, we used all 3 Deception GPs. That's another idea for a stream. Use all the GPs. There's some gods you don't use many of the GPs of, though. Okay. Don't think we need Lady Marcella at this stage. Iron Tooth, not so much in this matchup. Okay, are they... What type of deck are we facing is one question to be had here. I think we don't need Shore Leave at this stage. Maybe it's a mistake tossing Shore Leave like that, but... I mean, I'm thinking that everything else in our hand could be useful. Axel has given up. We see this here. We have seen Axel resign. He has had too much food. This is a rarity, chat. This is a rarity. Axel has left Okay. Desert Mercenary, I would prefer to do it after we get Mayday. This is somewhat questionable for me, but I'm not worried about them having those minions on the board. He didn't attack? Oh. He was too mesmerized by how beautiful Axel was. He's playing around bitter endings. Okay. I mean, I'm playing Deception, but okay. So we should get some card draw generation going. Sip of Elixir. So we know we're probably up against Arandian here. Let's go ahead and just get our Mayday, and then we can reduce it with Desert Mercenary. This was an order of operations mistake on my end. I should have used flip and then trial. I don't think minion-based things are super important at this stage. So what we want to do here is we want to play Desert Mercenary, reduce this, and then go bonkers, pretty much. And we might be able to achieve just that. Let's see. Yeah, we'll pressure them a tad here. Kill those. I think Stone Skin's best. Get their 1/1s off the board. So next turn, we're going to play Admiral Mayday, friendly mimic the Admiral Mayday, play Admiral Mayday, and sure leave it. And we're going to try to get our combo generation going. We're going to try to kill them before they kill me. But having the mimic alongside the Mayday is huge. Meanwhile, they've got Arandian. So the race is officially, as they would say, on. I have two options this turn, actually. I can Hunting Trap this minion, which isn't bad. And I could flip, toss, and get two more. I'm not sure this is correct. I just didn't want to take chip damage, but maybe I should be a little bit more hasty here. Yeah, I'm already regretting that because, yeah, we're just too close for them to hit us with Arandian. We just got to go face. We got to win this race. I should have gone for the Mayday last turn. That was a mistake. That was definitely a mistake. All right, we're just going to go face with everything and just hope we win the race. Aldos rating us the party of 21. Everybody, welcome to the stream. We are doing a weekend ranked where we're playing 18 different decks. Those of you who are regulars of my stream have been and seen those type of streams before in the past. The difference is this one's a little bit more successful at the moment. I'm going to go ahead and buy the Rune of Sight here. So these do... I think we're one turn short, and it's because I'm such an idiot. We have top deck outs. In full transparency, we have top deck outs here. But I played this game very poorly. Okay, they're giving us the draw on the front end. Daring Escape. Could give me more outs here. Shore Leave? Oh, is that the top deck we needed? I think that was the top deck we needed. Wow. That was huge. We needed a Shore Leave, and we got a Shore Leave. That was the exact top deck we needed in the exact right moment. And that's going to bring us home. Wow. Huge. Then and they had the Arandian. You know they had the Arandian. They had the Arandian set up, but we get the key top deck at the key moment. The Cinderella run continues. 18 different decks. We've won 13 of the first 15. We're down to our final god. The final god, it comes down to Light. 2 wins from Light out of the final 3 games should give us top 10. 1 win might, and 0 wins, and you'll be talking about what could have been. Top 10, looking at the leaderboard right now, currently there's a person in 8th who's in top 10. However, their tie breaks are already worse than ours. We're getting the benefit of the Sunday tie breaks, which is something we normally don't benefit from. If we win 2 more, I mean, first place, if we can win 2 of the last 3 is potential. Because 15 is the best record and our MMR is solid. If we can win this next game, this could be a historic weekend ranked Feed the Cat edition. We're sticking with the 18 different deck strategies, seeing if they can take us home. We're finishing with Light. For those of you who did not tune into my last attempt of this, I believe Light was a god that went 0-3 last week. And we queue right into Hangry Hippo. We're playing Control Light. This is probably not a good situation. This is probably not an ideal situation. I like Acolyte here. Some people take heal. Interesting, he's control as well. I mean, yeah, Aiko's not really a thing. I think I need to be kind of more tempo-oriented based. Uko's not really a thing. I mean, if I get like an early Lysander Spear, I can actually pressure. Especially since I'm with this GP, it gives me more options. Could have played Tidal Prayer on 1, but yeah. I'm assuming he's some type of control. Could be Mayday. I don't think I'm going to have many targets for this, so we're just going to go ahead and tempo it out. Try to get some pressure. We've always got the GP to kind of pressure them. We are controlish, but if we can pick up chip damage, then stuff like Therial late game becomes a much bigger problem. He's going to Cutthroat and see that he is indeed facing Control Light. Not Unemployment Light, but Control Light. Unemployment Light is saving for the grand finale. This is definitely a tough game against a Hippo. And I do not have much experience in the Control Light versus Control Deception matchup. Could be Mayday. We don't know yet. We don't know yet. I think Mayday we fare worse against. Then traditional Control I think we can do okay. Mayday I think is really bad matchup for us. So get the Radiant and Bomber here. Unfortunately, we don't really... I mean, this isn't an aggro deck. So it's somewhat awkward for us here. Blade Borrower. And it looks like they're going to be able to lock the board. So this is a creative line. I did this to draw 2. It's an idea. I don't know if it's correct, but it's an idea. I do need to kill these minions eventually, though. Again, Blade Borrower could... I'm leaning more toward Mayday, but you could run Blade Borrower in some control variants, but I don't think Hippo would be playing Blade Borrower in traditional control. I think he is Mayday. My deck doesn't really have much disruption for Mayday type of combos. I can, in theory, hit Therial at some point, which could make things somewhat sketchy for them. So they're going to cutthroat me again. This is just not an ideal game. Hi, Jolly John. We're trying our best here. Playing 18 different decks. We've won 13 of the first 15. What went from a completely meme stream has turned into something that we're thinking maybe something special can happen here. So I don't think I have many targets for Divine Judgment, so I'm just going to obliterate this. And I want my minions to take damage because of potential CERN situations. So we don't we don't have to really worry about that Blade Borrower bouncing back. They can try to lock my side, which is somewhat awkward. Okay, so those 1/1s do give me the opportunity. Ooh, whoa. So now they can... Got a little bit of a combo action there. Big moment for him because he's able to kill basically this and this. We can Inescapable Duty, but they took away... It's interesting. He kind of telegraphed this because he took away my... Why is that card faceless? Oh, my account's bugged, Aldos. Yeah, it's a feature. Title Prayer. I don't know if Lysander's Mercy is correct, but I mean, if they have a very wide board and we shuffle stuff into their deck, that can't be good for them, because then it makes it harder for them to get Mayday combo type stuff. But I would say this is a great start for Mayday. Well, put to the bottom, yeah. But I mean, I still have to do it. How does he handle Ico? Yeah, he can give them back for sure. If I could give my Ico order and then just try to win with Ico, that's kind of a funny way. If I honestly would play Ico and give it order if I could. But I can't. But it's not like a terrible strategy. Ico can be... No, wait, he's still got Mayday. He can kill it easily. Fighting fair deals with Ico. Yeah, there's a lot of problems. Just trying to apply some pressure here. I think that this is just a loss. It's just a really bad matchup at a critical time of the weekend. Would have much rather queued in aggro light. Even unemployment light would have been somewhat interesting if I could have gotten out of the range of his combos. Could have been very exciting. This, I don't really know my win conditions. Maybe ethereal moment. But at the moment, this is not looking particularly great. He's gone to the rope here, but I don't know how we win this game. He's probably trying to eventually set up his Mayday stuff, but we haven't seen the 3/3 that reduces it by 2 yet, which is kind of a key card before you get going. Okay, they bounce this back to my hand. Chat. Did like he disconnect or something? That made no sense. We were like, I honestly didn't know how we would win the game. Reported. I don't know. I mean, maybe he had to. I don't know. Maybe he had to run to the grocery store. His wife was telling him you need to stop playing video games. Yeah, it made no sense. I think that game would just completely lose. Yeah, they conceded, but I don't know. Wife WinCon. Honestly, that's probably what happened. Yeah, he was probably going to win that game. I definitely think that wife aggro saved me. I think that's probably what happened in that spot. Or maybe like a snake in the transformer? I don't know. Because I was struggling to find win conditions for myself. Like, if he light, we are playing aggro light this game. A little bit of a change of pace from what we were playing last game. Yeah, I like this. Interesting to have this GP, but Lysander's Mercy can be... I mean, Lysander's Spear can be a game changer. When he'll light, we're saving the best for last, Obi-Wan Shinobi. And that could decide whether or not we get a top 10 or possibly... I've never, believe it or not, I made a mistake. I should have played Drider. I've never had a top 1 weekend ranked. I've never finished first in a weekend ranked. We're doing 18 different deck strategy here. Got the early Lysander Spear. If they don't have relic removal, this can win the game. It can absolutely win the game. Kargus rating us with a party of 17. Welcome to the 18 deck Flux Wheel. And you're not seeing... Your eyes do not deceive you. We have 14 wins. And we're trying our best to get there. 2 games to go. I had a very questionable moment in the last game. Maybe a paid actor, question mark, who knows? We're coming out with a lot of speed. Lysander's Spear can be very annoying. They're going face. Ukos and Eclipse. Trial begins. Chat, what am I facing? Why does he not take a minion there? Everything I have has ward. I mean, I don't know what they have. This is the mythic? Does this guy have a mythic? If so, that could be a hard loss. Yeah, yeah. Well, oh, you meant this is mythic? Yeah, we started in mythic. Maybe I'm supposed to take something there? I don't know. There's also arguments for trial begins into something here. But I don't even know what the something is. Yeah, yeah, this is mythic rank. Seraph. Do I have anything I can get from trial begins that would deal with this? Levy? Well, the problem is I'm gonna look up my deck list, actually. I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna cheat chat. I don't play this deck a lot, so I don't know. What's in my deck? Zulite. This deck is 0-2 all time. I do have Extortionist, but I can't play it this turn. Oh, I have Inquisitor Informant. Gotcha. Give it order and go face. That seems to be a strategy. That seems to be a strategy indeed. Looking up my own deck. I'm deck sniping my own deck here. But yeah, they're at 3 now. So that's difficult for them. I mean, order... No. 3 plus 2? Extortionist is 3 mana, Philo. What are you talking about? Line in the sand? Line in the sand would be annoying. Line in the sand followed by the absurd relic. Yeah, yeah, Inquisitor. I didn't know I had Inquisitor in my deck. I literally had to deck snipe myself to figure out what I was playing. This deck, by the way, 0-2 all time in the history. Trying to get its first ever win in a key situation. This win should put us in the top 10. Opponent gone to the rope here. Lips are sealed. But we have one minion which isn't sealed. His lips are not sealed. And the next thing you know, bam! Bam! 15 wins. 15 wins. 1 game to go. We saved the best for last. We saved Unemployment Light. This will be a top 10 with the 18 different deck strategy. In fact, with that win, with our MMR tiebreaks, we have taken over the #1 spot of the standings. As long as nobody passes me, this could be our first ever #1 finished weekend ranked. We won't know that until tomorrow. But we got 1 game to go. We've played 17 different decks. 15 of them have won. Now we've got some Unemployment Light. The grand finale, the best for last. Everyone's favorite deck that 2 weeks ago lost a game that was like an hour long. And now the question here is, can Unemployment Light take us to the moon? For those of you who are curious, Unemployment Light, this version, is 0-2 all time. Well, not 0-2 all time. 0-2 in the past 2 weeks. So, like, results from over a month ago had been cycled out, and this deck hasn't won since then. We love the Ukos and Eclipse against a lot of these death things that we could be facing. Double Ukos? Okay. Toss Blade versus aggro? I think you keep aggro. So they have the Soul Burn. We have Blade of the Creator. We can win this game by them killing themselves, pretty much, is going to be the strategy here. Some people actually pip heal on one, but I'm not huge there. We don't know exactly what type of deck they are playing. They could be playing Anubians. They could be playing zombies. They could be playing a lot of different things. More of the aggro side with the Soulburn GP, though. Think you pip heal with Grace in hand? There's some logic behind that. Okay, Fickle Cambion's annoying. Okay, this is not good. I hate doing this. But I want to reduce the Tidal Prayer mana surge. Getting Lips Are Sealed can be huge. Cambion is a big problem. That is definitely true. But I have to play Lips Are Sealed. Boy, we've already taken tons. In fact, if they've got Corpse Explosion, they already win. If he's got Corpse Explosion, it's lethal, but there's nothing I can do there. He doesn't need 3 more turn to play Corpse. He can just go face with these. Yeah, he doesn't need... I mean, I'm going to Tidal Prayer into something. I can actually double Ukos and kill his entire board. Except for these two live. Line in the Sand might be optimal here, actually. No, I have to get Lysander's Mercy to have a chance here, don't I? Line, maybe. I've got 2 options here. I can do double Ukos, or I can just play line. Because if I kill stuff, then they can play things with this. No, the problem is they can play other nethers with the ally. I mean, if they have Explosion, they could have killed me last turn, Philo. It was lethal last turn. So this gives us one more chance to delve into Lysander's Mercy. Even if we get it, I don't think we win. That actually lowers our odds of getting it. Kind of awkward. I don't know. I think we're just dead here. I mean, I can censure and play Aegis. Censure. Maybe Surge Light Faith Eternal. Then it's not lethal. I think this might be right. And then next turn we can Lysander's Mercy. I don't know. This is still tough. I mean, in theory, if we can sneak down Aegis, I mean, normally that would be game, but I think we can get... I think we barely live here. Oh, wait, no. That would have been bad. Okay, do this first. I mean... He can get me to 1 because he's got Swashbuckler and GP. Oh, that works too. Alright, 15 wins. Unemployment Light doesn't get it done. But in worst case, it's a top 10. Could be top 1. But definitely quite the run. Go ahead. Show this here. Sunday night. I mean, this could hold. Our tie breaks are amazing. Normally we play on Friday, but I've been busy like all week and I've been struggling to get it in. So we got in the late Friday night run. I mean, late Sunday night run here. And now, the thing that always curses us, the MMR tie breaks, this would be me. If I did this on Friday, this would be me. I would be 8th, and I'd probably finish 11th. But now the question is do we hold on to the top spot? This definitely will be a top 10. But will it be the top spot? Huge weekend ranked. Wasn't expecting this. The goal was 10 to feed the cat. The cat is fed. The cat ate so much, he left. He got tired of eating. So that's a successful stream. I will be looking for somebody to raid. Who is online? Gods Unchained. There are 52 people watching Gods Unchained. All 52 of you are here. Well, this stream has been about feeding animals. So let's go ahead. We're going to raid the